You've been searching for the sign. You've been looking at the clock, waiting for the perfect alignment of numbers, a planetary transit, or a clear external confirmation from a world that seems stubbornly silent. You've held yourself back, standing on the edge of your potential, waiting for permission from a reality that demands struggle and sacrifice before it finally grants you a breakthrough. But what if the sign you're waiting for isn't something that happens to you, but something that happens within you? What if the quantum leap is not a destination you reach after a long journey, but a frequency you finally decide to inhabit? If this video has found you today, it is not by accident. In a universe governed by resonance, there are no coincidences, only synchronistic echoes of a frequency you are already beginning to emit. This is a validation of a quiet revolution taking place in the depths of your consciousness. The very fact that you are here, listening to these words, is the signal. You aren't waiting for the leap. You are the leap. The moment you are truly ready, the quantum leap doesn't just happen, it becomes inevitable. For generations, we have been conditioned to believe in the cult of linearity. We are taught that transformation is a slow, grueling climb, a ladder where every rung must be earned through sweat and time. This Newtonian view tells us that to change our world, we must exert physical force upon the material plane. But ancient wisdom, now echoed by quantum mechanics, reveals a more elegant truth. Reality is not a solid wall, it is a fluid field of infinite probabilities. A quantum leap is the sudden transition of an electron from one energy level to another without passing through the space in between. In your life, this means a radical shift that doesn't require years of incremental progress. It is a jump in consciousness that collapses time and space. Why does it happen for some and not for others? Today, we deconstruct the three fundamental internal shifts that signal your readiness for this leap. We move beyond thinking positive and dive into the actual alchemical realignments of the soul. These are the shifts that dissolve the invisible walls of resistance and allow your highest timeline to crystallize. This is about the precise second you transition from someone who is seeking a change to someone who is the change. The first unmistakable indicator of readiness is the transition from proving to knowing. Look closely at your efforts. How much of your work is actually an attempt to prove your worth to the universe? We believe that if we achieve enough, we will finally be granted the life we want. Psychologically, this is a trap. When you operate from proving, you operate from an underlying assumption of inadequacy. You are telling the quantum field that you are not yet there. This is the frequency of not enough. In psychology, this is linked to conditional self-esteem. You've made your happiness a hostage to your achievements. The moment of readiness occurs when you pivot. You stop trying to convince the universe you are worthy, and you anchor in an unshakable inner knowing. This isn't a loud confidence, it is a quiet, steady resonance. In the realm of self-actualization, this is moving from an external to an internal locus of control. When you know that your desired reality is a fundamental part of your being, you stop pushing. You move from the energy of a supplicant to the energy of a creator. The quantum field doesn't respond to your pleas, it responds to your coherence. When you no longer feel the need to prove your value, the universe no longer feels the need to test it. The second indicator is the courageous transformation from holding on to letting go. Most of us claim we want a new life, but we are terrified of losing the old one. We cling to outdated identities and familiar pains because they provide a sense of safety. Our brains are hardwired for homeostasis, the biological drive to keep things exactly as they are. To the ego, a quantum leap feels like a death sentence because it requires the destruction of the person you used to be. You cannot inhabit a new timeline while clutching the baggage of the old one. This holding on manifests as an obsession with the how and when. You try to micromanage the universe because you don't trust the void. Real transformation requires cognitive restructuring at the deepest level. The moment of readiness is when you become willing to be nobody for a while. It is the moment you stop clinging to the shore and allow the current of your higher intelligence to take you. This is what mystics call the Great Surrender. By releasing your grip on the familiar, you free up immense psychic energy. When you truly let go, you create a vacuum. And the universe, which abhors a vacuum, will always fill that space. The quantum leap occurs because you have finally stopped resisting the movement of the field. You have cleared the debris, and the new reality can finally accelerate. The final shift is the move from seeking validation to radiating authenticity. We live in a world of mirrors, looking at social media or the opinions of others to tell us who we are. We dilute our frequency to be acceptable. But a quantum leap requires coherence. In physics, coherence happens when waves are in phase, creating a much more powerful wave. When you seek validation, your energy is fragmented. Part of you is focused on your truth, another part on how that truth is perceived. This creates energetic noise that prevents your signal from reaching the field with clarity. The moment of readiness is a radical return to your original essence. It is the decision to radiate your truth, regardless of whether the world applauds. This is the shift from external referencing to self-referencing. Psychologically, this is the integration of the shadow and the persona. You stop wearing a mask to please a world that doesn't even know its own mind. When you radiate authenticity, your energetic signature becomes a laser beam rather than a scattered flashlight. You become a match for a specific, high vibrational reality. The universe no longer has to guess what you want. This radical authenticity makes you a gravity point for everything that belongs to your true self. The leap happens because there is no longer a gap between who you are and what you emit. These three shifts, from proving to knowing, from holding on to letting go, and from seeking validation to radiating authenticity, are the alchemical keys. They indicate that the incubation period of your soul is over. A quantum leap is not a miracle from the heavens. It is a structural change in the way you interact with existence. It is the moment your internal architecture becomes strong enough to hold a higher voltage. You have spent long enough in the waiting room. Now it is time to stop preparing for the shift and simply be the shift. The moment you are ready for a quantum leap is not when the world finally gives you a green light. It is when you realize you never needed a light, because you are the light. It is the moment you stop asking when and start saying, "It is done." The power to transform resides in the sovereign truth of your being. It has been with you since birth, waiting for recognition. If these words have stirred a resonance beyond logic, then know this: the transition has already begun. You are currently bridging the gap between who you were and who you are destined to be. Join us here at Sanctum as we continue to deconstruct the mysteries of the mind. If this transmission has served you, like this video to anchor this frequency into your subconscious. Subscribe to join a community dedicated to the art of becoming. Tell me in the comments, which of these three shifts felt like the loudest click for you today? Which one is your final key? Let us witness each other's transformation below. The leap is waiting. Are you? Be still. Be radiant. Be the light.